open houses. Buyer and sellers, beware. What do I mean? Well, better stick around to find out. All right, guys, before we get into open houses, you've heard me say it before, I'm gonna say it again. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. If it's not, welcome back, but if it is, go and click those two buttons, the subscription, and then the notification, so you're notified every time I drop a new video. As we put out 2 videos a week, every Tuesday and every Saturday. This channel is all about what it's like to eat, sleep, live, work, play here in the greater Kansas City area. Guys, this channel is all things real estate, okay? So if that's your type of thing, if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you're interested in, then this is the channel for you. And if you're thinking about buying or selling in Kansas City, then this is definitely the channel for you. Well, not just Kansas City, the whole greater Kansas City area. How about that? How about this? Anywhere in the state of Missouri or Kansas, I got you covered because I am a licensed realtor in the state of Missouri and the state of Kansas, and I would love to be your go-to when buying or selling in either state. Guys, just reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, whatever it is. Just know I got your back moving to Kansas City or selling in Kansas City. Now, open houses, let's get to it. All right, guys, now, maybe you knew this, maybe you didn't. There's other real estate professionals watching this video. Hopefully I don't make them too mad, but if I do, it is what it is. This is for all you buyers and sellers out there. Open houses are not really about selling the house. Just what it is. What do I mean? Let's break this down. I'm gonna focus on just the selling side, and then I'm gonna focus a little bit on the buying side, okay? So, open houses, seller beware portion. Sellers, the open house is not about selling your house, okay? It's just not. The chance that I hold your house open and I find a buyer at your open house, very, very slim, you guys. It's just, it is. I mean, every once in a while happens, but very rarely does a buyer walk through the open house and say, man, I like this house. I want to put in an offer. It just doesn't happen, okay? Or very, very rarely, I should say. As the open house is done for your realtor to be able to market more and try to get more business for them. Now, if this is somebody you know, like, and trust, and you want to see them succeed, then you shouldn't really care at the end of the day. Like, if this is what they need to do, get more business, and you know I can trust them and they're, you know, all of that stuff, then let them do it, right? I will say that, well, I'll get back to that. I'll put that one on hold. Hopefully I don't forget it. I think that, so the agent's trying to get more business, right? So they hold open house, people come in, they're viewing the home. They may not like your home, but it gives the realtor holding open house a chance to talk to those people coming in. And if they're not interested in your house, well, Mr. Open House Viewer, Mrs. Open House Viewer, what are you looking for? How can I help you find a property that might be the right fit for you? Again, if that property is not, which it's probably not. And then we pick those people up as potential buyers, and we're out showing them houses, and then we can sell them houses, and it gets more business and just snowballs bigger and bigger and bigger, right? But I think that while buyers aren't normally found at the open house, depending on the type of marketing done for the open house, you have a better chance of finding a buyer during the marketing of the open house than versus the actual open house. But if you're gonna market the open house, you can't cancel open house right beforehand. Like, that's not a good look either, right? So what I mean by marketing is, it depends what your realtor's doing to market the open house. Are they just putting it in the MLS? Like, there's a spot for open house in there. Like, are they just putting it there? And then that feeds to Zillow, and that feeds to Realtor, and that feeds to Trulia, and it feeds to all these other different real estate sites. And that's how you saw about the open house. You saw it online, which is one of these other third-party websites. If that's all they're doing, then no, they're probably not finding a buyer that way either, because if the person's really interested and they see it online, they're going to come to the open house and they're going to put an offer. But we already talked about that's not really how a buyer is being found in your house. Now, are they sending out postcards to the closest 200-300 houses, letting them know that your house is for sale, asking them if they have any friends that have been wanting to move into the area? Are they calling the closest 100 homes, letting all those homes know that, hey, your house is coming on the market? If they know anyone that's been looking to buy a house in the area, yours is about to come on the market, you're doing an open house, invite your friends, get these people over there, right? Then even if they can't make the open house, we're talking about hundreds more people finding out, yes, about the open house, but that your house is on the market, right? It's giving us agents, or your agent, or me, or whoever, a chance or an opportunity, a reason to reach out to all of these people to talk to them, right? And that's where buyers are found, is in the conversation, right? So if your realtor's not having conversations about the home, how are they finding buyers for the home? See what I'm saying? So I think that just know going in, if you're a buyer, that the point of the open house really isn't the actual open house itself, is most likely not going to find you a buyer, right? All the other things that are done around marketing the open house are more likely to find a buyer if they're being done. If they're not being done, and you're okay with your agent just holding an open house to try to pick up more business from people coming in and looking, with a very small chance that you might find a buyer, cool, let them do it. I enjoy holding open houses, right? I mean, I need business as well, right? Like, that's how we find future clients, right? And we're able to help more and more people find their dream home, right? Because with 15,000 agents in Kansas City, we have to do something to try to help as many people as we can, right? Now, if you're a buyer, this ties in really well with what we just talked about. If you're a buyer beware when you go to an open house. Know the reason and the point that the agent's holding an open house. It is to pick you, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, up as a client, because most likely you're not going to end up putting an offer on the house you're going to see the open house on, right? So know that going in, know that that's the reason that the agent's there doing the open house. I mean, don't be rude to them by any means. We should all be kind to each other, I think. But just know that going in, if they ask you some basic questions, hey, how long have you been looking for a house? You know, have you been going about finding houses to look at? What experiences have you had out looking at houses? They're just trying to make conversation and seeing if there's a way they can help, right? If you have an agent, really the agent should be there showing you the house, whether it's an open house or not. Sometimes they're busy, I get it. They tell you to go, hey, there's an open house, just go over here to 123 Main Street, view it, let me know what you think. If you want to put an offer, we will. I got to be over here across town showing this other property to somebody else. I can't be in two places at once, and since they're having an open house, just go check out the open house, right? When you go in, just tell the agent, hey, our agent had to swing by to check out the open house today, so we can get back with him or her and let them know what we think and potentially submit an offer, right? If the agent that's holding the open house and says, oh, you have an agent? Yes, we do. Who are they? Know going in the name first and last of your agent. You'd be amazed how many times people have no clue who they're working with. One, buyers, what are you doing? If you don't even know the name of the agent that you're working with, why are you even using that agent, right? You should at least know their name, right? We're using Jason Raines with Remax. That's our agent. Oh, okay. He said if you had any questions for him, feel free to give him a call. Here's his number, right? The more information you're able to provide to the agent who's in the open house, the more believable you are that you actually are working with an agent, right? A lot of times buyers will walk into an open house and they'll say, oh yeah, we're working with somebody. Oh, we got somebody. And they're not. It's just because they want to turn you down. Like, buyers say that because they just want to stop the conversation before it even gets started. But buyers know that, yes, the agent's trying to pick you up as a client, but ultimately it's just because they want, at least in my case, I want to be able to help you if you don't have anybody to help you, right? That's it, okay? But if you're able, so you might say, yeah, I have a buyer, or I have an agent, and you don't, just because you don't want, you're saying that just because you don't want to talk, right? So the more information you're able to provide, because when I say, oh, yeah, who's that? Oh, I don't know, it's that one guy over at that one place. Let's face it, I know you're probably full of crap and you're not really working with somebody. You just don't want to talk to me, okay? But if you're really working with somebody, then I should not, or the agent that's new in the house should not continue that conversation. If you have representation already, the agent should not be engaging you in further conversation regarding real estate. They should respect the fact that you're already represented. Look up your agent's number if you don't have it, but as long as you have a name, and call that agent to follow up with them to see if you have more questions or if you like the property, or anything else they can do to help facilitate a possible offer and a possible closing of that deal, right? So I think that as long as both sellers are aware of really the real point of the open house, and buyers are aware of the real point of the open house, and everyone's on the same page, and everyone has the same expectations about what's either going to happen or what's about to happen, or the point of everything, then expectations are met, everyone's on the same page, and everyone's fine with it, and we all just move forward, right? So hopefully you found this information helpful today. If you didn't know that about open houses, now you do, right? If you guys have any other questions ever about anything real estate related, reach out to me. If there's anything I can ever do to help you, reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, whatever it is. Find me on social media, send me a PM. All my stuff on social media is public. Personal Facebook page, public. Facebook.com/Jason Rains, RAINS. Just like the weather, no E. All other social media channels, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, it's all at Your KC Seller, all of it, right? So that's at YOURKCSELLER. Just reach out, guys. I would love to be your go-to when moving, buying, selling here in the greater Kansas City area, or if you just have questions. So until the next video, have a great day.